This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Cafe Bella Vista Restaurant and Pizzeria. Azito, give it a go with Azito. Refresh Pure Water. And Reading Cinemas, experience the difference.
Hello Australia, only 3 weeks to Christmas and we are all Christmased up here at The Couch. We have got a very big show coming your way. Check out who's on the show today. On the show today, we've got Jay Jay coming in to talk 3D reality worlds or virtual worlds from UWA. Dr. Jenny's talking Brain Fit as always, can't wait for that. We talked to the author of a brand new book called The Magpie's Nest, and the Bitchin' panel's in with some great topics to discuss today. It is such a big show. It's episode 507, and guess what? It starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can watch it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. Oh, it's showtime on the couch.
Oh, I've got to change that song. I just realised I've got to add, and we're all on 6PR. Anyway, let me tell you, this lovely girl, her name is, I've got to get it right because I nearly swore when I announced it. Her name is Tegan Finucane. Get it right? She's opening up with a beautiful song, her and her friends with the Cup song. Here it is to open the show today. I don't know if I'm going to miss you when you're gone, but I think I'm looking forward to you coming back with those cups, and next time bring me something in the cup would be nice as well. I was looking for one of those things, you know, when you have to shake the cups and look underneath, but it had nothing to do with that. Anyway, maybe my brain needs a bit of fitness. Look, why not get Dr. Jenny in? And to talk to her, why not get our very own Neesha? Over to you.
Thanks, Fred. Yes, we have our brain fit doctor here, Dr. Jenny Brockis. Welcome back to the couch.
Hi, Neesha, great to be back.
That was very entertaining, that opening,
wasn't it? It was brilliant, wasn't it? I really enjoyed that.
Probably did exercise the brain a bit, maybe.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yes. Very good cross-training.
Today we're talking about something that's very timely. Decision-making.
Yes, it's that crazy time of year, isn't it? I don't know about you, but I find the lead up to Christmas, I just get so tired. There's so much to think about and organise, and I just get exhausted.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, it's over the top of everything else that happens towards New Year as well.
Yeah, it's not as if we can park everything else to one side, it's just piled up on the top. It just happens, yeah.
So, you know, decision making, we think, okay, we make a few decisions each day, but really we make a lot of decisions, don't we?
We sure do. The average person, it's said, makes anywhere between 12,000 135,000 decisions
kidding.
every single day.
my
I'm not kidding. I
God.
wish I was.
Wow, very proficient then, aren't we?
Yeah, we are pretty good at it. Most of them are actually at a subconscious level. We're not even aware of them. But every time we make a conscious decision, we're using some of our precious mental energy to use to make that choice. And we actually only have a certain amount of energy available to us on any one day. People talk about the fact we have to use willpower. Have you ever thought about that? So we make a decision and it's whether it's hard or easy is determined by how much willpower we have.
Yeah, where there's a will, there's a way.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's my favourite.
And so I like to imagine it as a bucket of willpower. Every day we're given this bucket that's full, and then depending on how we allocate that energy to all our decisions, we either finish the end of the day with some still left, or sometimes we run out, and that's when we run into trouble with decision fatigue.
Right, and that's sometimes with maybe the more important decisions, are some more important than others?
Yes, that's right. And I think the thing about this time of year, we have to get a bit more brain savvy about how we allocate that mental energy so we can...
Fit and savvy, Fred.
Fit and savvy to apply it to those things that matter. So we make the right decisions, especially the important things. Yeah.
I don't know if my microphone's on at the moment, but Neesha, if you don't mind me cutting in, the willpower one, I've written it down, Neesha, just for you an example. Willpower's like, you know when we go to an event and you say, no more drinks from me, I say, Neesha, that is it, and you go, but I want another one. I say, no, willpower. Isn't that right, Dr. Jenny?
That's absolutely
Now,
right.
that's something she may have to do a course with you.
Yeah.
I'll write it down.
I might need to get some peer supervision from one of the
Yes,
psychologists.
mentoring.
Yeah,
Me and
yeah,
Jenny.
absolutely.
Sorry, back to you.
No, 2 standard drinks a day, isn't it? That's okay.
That's
I never
what's
have more than
recommended.
2, Fred.
No.
Only on special occasions.
That willpower working overtime.
But the good thing about willpower is that we can exercise it and make it stronger, because we can think of it like a muscle, a mental muscle. And if we practice, we can actually get better at how we manage our mental energy. But I thought might be useful to share some tips about how to manage that willpower bucket so that we can get through this crazy period with plenty of energy left over to spend with the time.
I don't have any paper here, but I'll take some notes and rewatch the segment later.
Okay, that'd be perfect. Yeah.
So what's number 1 on the list?
Number 1 is keep it simple and eliminate all the stuff that you really don't need to spend a lot of time thinking about making those decisions. You know Angela Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany?
No, I don't, but
Yeah.
Fred's nodding.
You know her, Fred?
Jawohl.
Yeah, jawohl.
Schnell.
She wears the same jacket every single day.
Wow.
Now, she has a whole wardrobe of jackets, but it's the same jacket, just in different colours, because she doesn't want to spend time thinking about what she's got to wear, because she's got a country to run. So by eliminating that sort of, what shall I wear, what outfit shall I wear today, she just knows it's that jacket.
Actually, I do that. I have a pre-rack the
Do
night
you?
before, so
Do
I know what
you?
I'm wearing for the whole week on Sunday.
The whole week. I'm impressed.
I thought it was just because I like clothes, but now it's got a benefit.
Yeah, that's right.
See?
Yeah.
So that's great. fun.
So keep it simple, and like you do, schedule our decision making, because often if we think about things the night before, we know what's coming up pretty much the next day, and we can start to think, well, what's the important thing here? Which do I need to have the most energy to really apply, and then sort of schedule it in that way.
Fantastic. You've got a bit of a
Yeah,
prioritisation list.
yeah, you prioritise it, and then you think, that's the big stuff I need to spend time on. The rest of the stuff can wait.
That's very good, Excellent. What else can we do?
The other thing is to make sure that if you're going to make a decision, you ask yourself 3 things. Am I tired? Am I hungry?
It's an important one.
And is it the end of the day?
Right.
Because if you're tired, you might not be making the best decision. And sometimes it's better to defer and put it off to the next day till you've had a good sleep. Same thing if you're hungry. If you're hungry, you haven't got the same mental energy. I don't know about you, but if you ever go shopping and you're a bit, you've got the tummy rumbles, you end up buying all this stuff that you don't actually want or need.
Can I just say, Dr. Jenny, I don't know if my mic's on here, and obviously it is if I'm on the monitor. You know those Woolworths coupon things where you spend $1,000, you get a $50 gift card?
Yes.
I go when I'm really hungry to make
Oh
sure.
dear.
And you end up, Dr. Jenny, with all this crap, and you take it home and you eat it all in a day. And it's
all
all
gone.
throwaway food.
Yes.
It's
yes.
terrible. I don't do it anymore. Neesha does it. I've tried to help her with that.
Gee, I got a lot of problems. Lucky I'm a psychologist. That's good for retail confidence, though.
It is.
Woolworths is doing well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm still
So-
waiting for my $50 gift card, by the way.
Oh, you're still waiting for it?
Yes, I'm just hoping I'll get it before Christmas. You can buy a lot for $50. Anyway, sorry.
That's okay. So those are probably the most important things to think about, I think, when it comes to, good decision making. Make sure you're not too hungry, make sure you're not too tired, and make sure you've had a good night's sleep first, particularly when it's a really important decision you've got to make.
Excellent. Well, those tips certainly, I think, will be on everyone's notepad, particularly mine and Fred's. We're having a joke, but we can all always improve in some of these areas.
Yeah, that's right.
And, certainly Christmas is also all the other big occasions in our life where
That's right.
we feel a little bit overwhelmed and, important to
Yes,
get good
yes.
sleep as well.
Yep, that's right. I mean, Christmas, I think, is the time of year where we feel it the most. But it's so true. It doesn't matter what time of year. We're all very, very busy. And I think if we just need to take that little bit of time out to just think, well, how are we going to get through everything properly and do it in a good way?
As usual, great insight for us here, Dr. Jenny Brockis, and we'll look forward to seeing you very soon, I'm sure,
Yes,
on the show.
I'll be back.
And where can we find more information about you and your books as well, quickly?
Yes, they can be found at my website, www.drjennybrockis.com. That's Jenny with a Y, Brockis.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. And you have a Merry, Merry Christmas as well.
You too, Neesha. All the very
Thanks,
best.
Jenny.
Thank you.
Now, if you missed any of that at all, of course, you can go to thecouch.com.au. But for now, back to you, Fred.
Thank you very much, Neesha and Dr. Jenny. I've written some notes for Neesha. She needs help in willpower, saying no. And she also, one good thing I learned about Neesha today, she pre-organises her rack, which is quite good. So thank you, Neesha. I've kept that written down for you so you know.
He means a clothing rack.
What else would I be talking about? Thank you very much. I'm going to rack this up as well because she's going to hit me in the break. We need to take a quick break. Thank you, Dr. Jenny. Have a great Christmas. Thank you to Neesha. We'll see you soon. And we'll see you after the break when we return. Thank you.
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Cafe Bella Vista Restaurant and Pizzeria. Azito, give it a go with Azito. Refresh Pure Water. And Reading Cinemas, experience the difference.
Welcome back to The Couch here on Aurora Television and Face TV New Zealand. It gives me great pleasure to have my sister on the show. No, I'm only joking. She wants to be my sister. We're negotiating a contract.
We might be by the end of the interview.
Kelli Sharp, thank you for coming in today. You are
Thank
the
you for inviting
creative director and a very funny lady and a very amusing interview I think we're going to have now. You're looking after the Hilary's markets. That's what we've got you in for, but I know you do more than that.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm an installation artist first.
That's great. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. We
can go there.
No, an installation artist. What do you
Yeah.
install?
It's sculptural installation.
Okay.
So whether it's in outside or the gallery, that's where it all started. And I was looking to help not just myself make an income, but colleagues who were creative people, and came back to Perth after being many years overseas and interstate, and saw there was a lack of possibilities here other than teaching for creative people to make an income. So I started making jewellery and doing some of the art fairs and markets, and that's really where it all began. And then as a store holder...
Now you had your own stall at the markets?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, doing sort of, different events and markets. Hilary's markets had just started. The first season was only a trial season for 3 months. It was, like for the first time every week I was making a little bit of income to survive, and I thought, this is great. And then they were talking about shutting it down because they couldn't find an operator. And I said, well, I have no idea of the volunteer job or whatever it is, but I'll put my hand up for it. And that's how it all started.
And tell me where it is and how it all works.
It's Hilary's Boat Harbour, which is just the most amazing location. The store holders have to be the creator, the inventor, the maker. So I call it what I call upmarket stores.
Like multi-skilling.
Yeah, they've got it. It's not your normal sort of market store. They have to be the person who has created or invented or grown or designed.
Is that part of the requirements?
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And my passion is supporting Perth creative people, giving them a voice in the community.
So what sort of stalls have we got at the actual Hilary's markets?
We're right from the beginning of the designer artisan stalls, then of course artists, your visual artists, to holistic stalls, holistic practitioners, because that's another industry that find it hard to get a leg up, to non-profit stalls, to vintage stalls, upcycle, recycle sort of vintage stalls.
So am I getting the right message here? It's not your typical fruit and veg market, not that
at
type
all.
of market. We're looking
No.
at more artistic, a bit of
Correct.
art market, a little bit a trendy type of market.
Completely.
Okay.
Yeah, we're the coolest.
And do you still have a stall, or are you just too busy now being the creative director?
Too busy. After the first 2 years, that became so successful that I was asked to do other things. We also do the Wellness Expo up there, and then there was other events that came along. And so now I have help.
Yep.
And I just sort of, oversee and do more the creative side, which I love.
For those people overseas or over east watching this interview, Hilary's is obviously near the beach. It's about 20 minutes from the city, 30 minutes from the city. And it's an awesome location to be holding markets. There's some great restaurants around you, water, and a great bars and a lifestyle. It's a very family-oriented area. So
completely feels like you're in a resort there.
It's got the resort there as well, hasn't it?
Yeah. And even the store holders say, I never feel like I'm coming to work when I come here because it's just such a lovely atmosphere.
Can people get involved if they want to have a store there?
Absolutely.
Who do they contact?
They contact Katrina Mushett.
Yep.
And if you go to hilarysmarkets.com, all the information there, like, how to sort of download the application form to become a store holder, her phone number, her contact details are there. There is
We've
a process.
got it on screen right now,
Yeah,
actually.
Oh, good. There is a process.
It was over there. We'll have it up. While you watch that screen, I tell you, it'll come up. Watch, it'll come up again.
Okay.
There you go. Look at that. Look how magic I am.
Oh, awesome.
I am a creative director too.
Welcome
like that?
to the world.
Well, you know what? It's a big world, and
Yeah.
luckily there's two of us. and we're pretty much full up for vacancies.
I was just to say there wouldn't be much room after us.
More important,
Yeah.
is there anything that we can, a guy with gastric banding, I've got a friend, here we go.
Yeah.
Is there food there?
No, one of the things.
I'm busy
yeah,
that
I
weekend.
know. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm getting my toenails cut.
Artisan food that you can take home with you, but not that you can eat there. But there's so many cafes and restaurants that we decided at Hilary's to focus completely on the designer, artisan, holistic kind of, educational stores, more that
Why
side.
did you do that for? Surely there's people... Maybe we should have a meeting.
Well, you can still... Well, we've got many other events
As
you
the
can come to
director-
get the food.
Oh, no, look, I think it's going to be a wonderful day. I know.
Yeah.
Can you give us the dates that the
Basically, it's the third Saturday of every month out there.
So it's always running?
Always
the
running.
next one's on the 20th of December for
It
those
is,
people who
yeah.
want to go down and maybe
It's
do
a
some
Saturday,
shopping.
always a Saturday.
And you saw the website on screen. We had
Yep.
that up there if people want more information.
Beautiful.
Also check out thecouch.com.au. I know you've got heaps of stuff that you're working on.
Yep.
And we'd love to have you back on the couch because I think we
Love
could
it.
have a lot of fun. We could make a whole hour of it.
We could. There's so many things to talk about.
Thank you very much to Kelli Sharp. She is the creative director of the Hilary's Markets. She's also involved with the Light Up Leaderville Carnival.
Yes, we manage all the
Which
store
has
holders and
just
art
happened.
programs. Yeah,
So we'll get
next
to-
Sunday. Next
Yeah,
Sunday.
no, it's actually
Yep.
already happened.
Oh, it's already-
I'm
oh.
psychic. I'm psychic. It's called We've Already Recorded
I
the Show.
understand.
That's okay. But I don't know why we don't have food. But that's okay. But
Well, we
I've
do
got
it
my,
later.
I don't need your food because I've got Fasta Pasta.
At Fasta Pasta, you've loved our 8 for $8.90 lunches so much, we've brought back your favorite 8 for $8.90 lunches. Your favorite 8 for $8.90 lunches, only at Fasta Pasta.
Thank God I got rid of the lovely lady sitting next to me because she take the voucher off me. But if you'd like to win, 0439 99 99 is the number to send your SMS to. Fasta Pasta is the code word. Fasta Pasta. That's the code word. Your name and address must be on that SMS and you need to send it to us on 0439 929 929 and you could win that fantastic voucher. And thanks to Fasta Pasta for helping us out. Now, we've got a fantastic author that's has written an awesome book, and to talk to her is Hilary. Over to you.
Thanks, Fred. About this time every year, once the Christmas decorations are put away, once the last of the New Year's Eve champagne has been sipped, we come into a long summer with usually a lame reading list. For those of you who have actually put something on that reading list, we are correcting that deficit today. There is an excellent new book out, The Magpie's Nest by local author Jacqueline Perry-Strickland, who joins us today on the couch. Welcome, Jackie.
Thanks very much. It's wonderful to be here, Hilary.
Now, this book, your new book, this is not the standard boy meets girl or the 00 whatever number spy thriller. It is very different. Can you tell us a little bit about the book?
So it is a mystery romance. It's set in a Perth costume hire shop where an enchanted gown has arrived, and the proprietress is trying to work out why, when women wear the gown, they go crazy. And so she puts it down to enchantment, which she would, but is there more of a coincidental tone to it? So the book explores enchantment versus superstition versus science and reality.
What inspired this? The dress you're wearing, perhaps?
It was an article I saw in the paper years ago about a costume hire shop, and I thought, what a fantastic setting for a novel. And as I wrote it, things fell into place, green gowns, enchantment, whimsy. That's what I like when I read a book, and so I hope to encapsulate that in my first novel.
Now, this dress actually has a name. It has a voice.
It is Esmeralda, and it calls to women. It has crystals that coruscate and draw women
hypnotize.
Oh, there's hypnotism. There's lots of things in this novel.
But it's hard to say. The book usually follows a woman named Sally, but isn't the dress really the protagonist or the antagonist in the book?
She's both the protagonist and the antagonist. Yes, it's so we do have the traditional heroine, but the overarching theme is that there's something more to. You think you have your own free will, but do you really?
Oh dear, this makes me more careful about my wardrobe from here on out. I'm blaming it on my clothing.
Should see what happens to me when I put on the green cheongsam.
Some authors say their characters write their own words. They sit at the typewriter or the keyboard, and it just comes to them. Their characters speak, and it goes right out through their keys. Does this happen to you when you were writing this?
They do. The characters definitely speak. They have their mannerisms. They have their voice that demands to be put down, and I don't know where it comes from. It comes from my fingertips.
Oh, so you have to wear the dress. You get possessed. Your characters possess you. Not necessarily a book about possession, but
about enchantment. We'll stick with enchantment. It sounds better. Than possession. Yeah.
People think they're getting possessed over the summer. Now, a local reviewer had called this a mystery in 6 acts. The Magpie's Nest is written in snappy, sassy prose and a delight from start to finish.
I was very happy with that. I was aiming for snappy and sassy prose, and I got it, obviously.
Previously you had written short form magazine articles, and now you've gone long form to novels. Was it as snappy a process as the prose?
It wasn't a snappy process at all. It was the absolute opposite of snappy.
You finished
process.
it in a week, right?
7 years.
7 years. Took a long time for your characters to talk to you. What's next for you?
Well, there's a sequel, because the mystery romance actually ends with a mystery, and so that's the next thing.
Okay, now let's say people's local bookstore has run out of the book. Where can they get this book?
It's available at Vivid Publishing's website and, local independent bookshops. So it's on screen right now, Vivid Publishing, under the Magpie's Nest.
Very good, and I understand it's coming up soon in electronic form.
Yes, in the new year, 2015, it'll be available as an ebook.
Excellent, excellent. If you missed the information, we'll have that on thecouch.com.au so you can find more information. Returning you now to, thank you very much, Jacqueline.
Oh, it was an absolute pleasure to be here.
Happy to have you here. And now back to the man whose clothes could tell us a story on their own, Fred.
Thank you very much to Hilary, and that is the book. We've got some to give away. We'll give those away after the break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Couch on Aurora. See you then.
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Cafe Bella Vista Restaurant and Pizzeria. Azito, give it a go with Azito. Refresh Pure Water. And Reading Cinemas, experience the difference.
welcome to our last bitchin' segment for 2014. This mob is trying to dance and it doesn't look very good on a wide shot, but that's okay. Nothing looks good on a wide shot on this desk. Let me introduce our fantastic bitches for today. We've got Cameron Kippen, podiatrist.
Well, hello, Fred and
Thank you for
gang.
coming in.
Look at your disco hat.
Yes,
He
well,
was dancing a lot better last week at Mardi Gras.
so you
Oh,
said.
yes, and he's still got the
You
Said
same
you'd never
outfit
tell
on.
anyone.
He was just wearing a thong last week.
Yes, and it wasn't on my feet.
Natalie Foster from the RSPCA, she's an inspector, believe me, she has a serious job, folks.
Yes.
And of course, you've got Steve
Yes.
Collins here from Radio Roaming and 6PR Radio, producer and all that sort of thing. He's a wonderful man. Thank you for
What?
coming in.
Wonderful man. Okay. Yeah.
I was saying producer.
Oh, no, I'll take that. No, it's fine.
Thank you very much. Now, we're going to start with Cameron Kippen. You've got a great
Yes.
story there about some nudity.
Well, that's right. There's a thing called free running, which
Funny how you got the nudity.
Yes.
I know. Free running is
grabbed it.
all
And they
about.
weren't even wearing any shoes.
It's quite enough. Free running is a new sport, extreme sport, that was developed by a fellow by the name of Sebastian Finucane. I have to watch how you say that. Exactly.
Are you serious?
A
That's
friend,
his
yeah,
name?
he was, yeah. And what happens is it's interacting with buildings in a freelance way, sufficiently well enough that you can go au naturel. And one young man called Tim Sheaf has done that in London.
So he's running around naked.
Naked.
They should
and
call it Free
he's-
Willy, shouldn't
Well,
they?
that's right. He's hanging from window sills and running across rooftops.
But we've got to say, they've all been done quite tastefully, and don't put an eating joke into this, but basically it's all been done for charity,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
Why
yeah,
did they
it's-
get involved with this? What was that all about?
Well,
How was
basically, I
charity?
think they're trying to promote the sport as well as anything else, and what better way to do it but to involve charity?
And
If he's running naked, where does he put the money that he collects?
I don't think he collects it
Oh.
on the day.
What about his mobile phone?
I don't think he carries that with him, as you will see actually when
wireless.
you see the pictures. But it's
I couldn't go without my mobile
gone
phone. I'd have to have a slot for
internet wildness, and so subsequently, I dare say, somewhere in Australia and New Zealand,
have we had a
may
look at the photos? I think we've got some
noodles.
photos that we're going to show.
that. Does he do any pole vaulting to get from
He does the
building to building?
equivalent. He actually behaves
Well, he
like Batman
prefers
or whatever.
vaulting over checks, but there we go.
You've seen, they're the photos that we're showing overlaying as well. So
There you
here
are.
we go.
Yes.
As you can
mate.
see, it's actually done quite tastefully. So it's quite interesting.
So tastefully just means that you can't see the
You can't
wax.
see the
Wag,
body
yeah.
parts. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't see the body parts. And what they've done, apparently he said on one of the interviews
Look at
that he
that.
waited till 12 o'clock at night, so the last train had gone through.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
As
They,
you would.
they were really,
Yeah.
they made
Imagine
sure.
doing-
Have you
Imagine
ever
doing that in
been?
the
Have
rush
you
hour.
ever been in the tube system of London? I mean,
No.
I would not run barefoot or without clothes. They're filthy.
Well, that's why
Well,
it's not
It's a wonder he could lift his feet.
There
They
you
would have
go,
stuck
there
to
he
the
is.
ground.
That's it.
And that's not so. That's not very
And
That's
hygienic.
not very nice at
Pensive
all.
mood,
No.
like-
If he's been running around, he must be sweaty.
I certainly
Yeah.
wouldn't
And
eat
he's
my
sitting
lunch
on-
on
I
it.
don't want
But
to
I'll
sit
tell
on.
you, folks, I did a.
No wise cracks
I was in
about
a
this one.
I was in a charity run. Just let me tell you.
Yeah.
in
Naked?
Perth. No, but it was one of these ones that runs over the weekend, etc. And there was a lady ran naked, and
Yeah.
everyone stopped and clapped. It was quite
Well,
moving.
given the option, a lady or you running naked, I think the lady.
Well, that's right.
No wonder they all stopped. What do you think, Nat, about this nudity thing
Oh,
for
look.
charity? Good idea.
Because he's got nice buttocks, I must admit. I just didn't want them squished up on the chair on the tube.
I would have done it. I would have done it myself had they given me a big enough building.
Really? Oh, no, lots of sweating. But look, what's the difference between
Would
that
you
and
do
wearing
something like
lycra?
that? Would you do something like that?
What do you mean, would?
Would you let it all hang out for charity?
It hangs out now.
Yes.
It's only because I've got lycra underneath that it's keeping it
What do you
all
mean,
in.
would she?
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
Well, you did it last week.
I know,
He's
but that
hoping.
wasn't for charity. I
Oh, I
was
see.
drunk.
I think Cameron's hoping. Steve, what do you reckon?
Well, I reckon if it was me, I'd cover myself in king wrap so to keep the fat fresh, basically. But I'd probably like to recreate King Kong on the Empire State Building. I reckon
yeah.
I'd be pretty good at that.
A couple
Yeah.
of bananas?
King Dong.
Well, one banana and a cup of coconut.
Oh, you. Thank you very much. Natalie, you've got a great story.
I have. This one's actually quite shocking because it's about
Am I reading it
Switzerland.
right? Dog's dinner.
Yes, a lot of Swiss people eat cats and dogs. So, I mean, you know, I love dogs, can't eat a whole one. I think I'll be here all night.
Why are they eating cats and dogs? This is a real story,
Well,
isn't it?
apparently about 3%, it's been brought to light by an animal rights group, but about 3% actually eat animals, cats and dogs.
And where? Where did you say?
This is in
So are
Switzerland.
you telling me they don't have KFC, they have DFC or
Yeah,
something?
DFC.
No,
Well, it's still
dog
KFC,
fried.
but
Oh, well.
they don't know what's in there.
They've got
But-
real Kit Kat.
But this is what they do, though. Dog meat normally goes into making sausages and a remedy for rheumatism.
Oh, there it is. There.
Oh, look at that.
lovely,
Look at
lovely.
that.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll have mine minus the mustard. Oh, there. But cats get cooked up. Oh, just as I say that's
Who wants
ironic.
to eat their pussy and don't answer that one?
Oh,
No, but seriously,
it's just
I
waiting
think-
for me to say something.
I think
No,
they stew. I think
I
they
like a
stew
good
the
taco
cats so they
burger.
can have a catterole. You see.
Oh, I see what you're
dear.
Are you serious? They do this, and this
Yeah.
is all legit, isn't
But
it?
yeah, and cats get cooked for Christmas in the same way as rabbits with white wine and garlic.
Oh, that
And
sounds
it's
nice.
legal.
It's illegal, and apparently it happens like
Yeah,
hundreds
but
of
look on
thousands of Swiss people.
Look on the
eat them.
practical side. They have it at Christmas, and
Yeah.
it saves a lot of arguments because both cats and dogs have got 4 drumsticks.
Well, that is true, but what if you've got a Chihuahua? I mean, you're not going to get bit
Well, the
there, are you?
Chihuahua plainly goes on a toothpick with an olive, obviously.
Yeah, but you'd have to have loads of them. Whereas if
You
you had a
would.
Dane or something, that
Yeah,
could feed the
Great
whole.
Dane would be all right,
Yeah, the whole
wouldn't it?
family,
Yeah.
the little.
Don't give people ideas.
No.
I'd have to wonder how desperate we are in society where we have to eat a cat and a dog.
Yeah.
And I just, as an RSPCA person,
Well, that stands for Royal Society for the Prevention of Cooking of Animals, doesn't it?
It does now.
It does
Not in
now.
Switzerland. No, I'm
A modern country like Switzerland. eating
well,
cats
this is
and
what I
dogs.
was saying though, because just up the road in Sweden, they have really
They eat
awesome.
reindeer there.
No, but, well they do.
Frozen
but
food.
they have really good animal cruelty. You know, people go
Yeah.
to rules, and people actually go to jail for animal cruelty.
But no,
and yet
nobody
down
said
in
it's
Switzerland,
cruel. I mean, if you slaughter them humanely, that's not cruel,
yeah, but I
is it?
don't know. I mean, I love my dogs and my cats.
But nobody's going to
I
ask
can-
you to eat
look,
your
I can
dog.
just see it now. This is the house in Switzerland. Puss, 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 puss. Oh yeah, that would be humane. And next, it's in the, and then you hear the oven.
Well, dog meat is
Oh, that's
eaten around the
terrible.
world, and the way that they kill dogs in some countries is horrific.
Oh,
like
look, I know
skinned alive.
Indonesia eats
Oh,
dogs
no.
and things like that. I just don't think we've got to the stage in our life, even with Tony
No.
Abbott as a prime minister. We're not that
Well, they don't want to eat him
I would
live
hate to see
or
it.
dead, come to think of it.
Then again, I think what's the lady called from the pup party? Jackie Lambie.
Jackie
Oh
Lambie.
yeah.
I reckon she'd vote against
Oh,
it.
well, no, but
Yeah.
the first 4 letters, L-A-M-B, she might be
Well, there you
tasty.
go.
No, I think pets are to love, not
Yeah.
to eat. No
It's
matter how
terrible.
desperate, there's always 2-minute noodles. You don't need to eat your people, your pets people. Just
Okay,
eat 2-minute
fair enough. And
noodles.
what do you reckon on a serious note? That's a good idea. Or you reckon we don't need to eat our animals?
Well, I reckon if you're a meat eater, you eat meat. I don't really see what sort of meat it is that you eat because
'Cause it's fine,
everybody has different customs throughout the world. If you come from a society that eats cat or dog, well, that's what you do. I
at
don't
the risk
see
of-
the problem.
And at the risk of encouraging, would you eat pussy?
I've never tried. I must go to Switzerland just to make sure. You know.
Oh, I can't think of anything worse. I'd rather eat the cat food. One of our cameraman's nodding. He said he's eaten pussy before. But yeah.
Yeah.
What's your story today? Let's clean it up a bit.
Oh, well, we're certainly going to clear it up because we're talking about a Frenchman who claims he's invented a pill that makes your bodily functions smell like chocolate.
Now we're talking about people who fart.
Yep.
Yeah.
It smells like chocolate.
Well, the chocolate is the Christmas one. There are
Yeah.
various different
It's a special
flavours.
edition.
It's special editions.
Oh, so you can cater it to
Personally,
your
I-
friends.
I mean, I don't know what it's called, but I would market it as fat you scent, I think. But it's thanks.
Oh,
I feel much better.
you would. Excuse me.
That's clear there.
Oh, that's the Vindaloo.
I can tell you right
No, actually,
now.
it was me.
That was not me because I have trained myself to
cat for
fart at
breakfast.
twice the speed of sound so that you don't hear it. All you hear is a sonic boom, BAM!
Isn't
And
it
then
funny?
everybody farts in fear,
Our
and
sound-
so they all think it's themselves, so it's not me.
Isn't it funny? Our sound guy can't even project our voice.
No.
But he can project the fart. on
Exactly right.
To the person.
What is it about farting that even like everybody finds
Good laugh.
amusing?
But see, I reckon,
7-year-old
I reckon
child.
this is a way to show off, say, at parties, because if you've got one that's sort of had the aroma of, say, Penfolds Grange 62,
Oh, yeah.
you could just drop one and think, oh, he must be rich, he's
Yeah.
drinking Penfolds Grange. So I can see
You
that
could
there is
mould it to
there is
your
a use,
lifestyle.
you could mould it to your lifestyle as
You
well.
can actually buy them.
Yeah.
This isn't
Yeah,
a
you
joke.
can,
You can
yeah.
buy
It's a
them for
true
about
thing.
$15 for 60
They're
pills.
called
Yeah, 60 pills. Yeah,
60
yeah,
pills.
that's right. And you get them in all different sort of flavours. Most of them are based on herbal sort of flavours. So you can have a bit of basil, roses and stuff like
Nothing
that.
like farting a rose.
Oh, that'd be
Watch
lovely.
out for the
Watch out for the
thorns.
I have to wonder
just
who
growing
thinks
you.
of this, and who actually tests it to make sure that it's going to work. Imagine if you.
Well, I
take
think it would be quite easy
Amusing.
to test.
Yeah.
So
but-
what if you eat if you eat a rose tablet and it comes out to smell like a pizza?
Well, that'd be all right.
Yeah.
The question would be, would you have one with anchovy or without anchovy, I
You've
guess?
got to have anchovy.
Yeah, you have to have
You could
anchovy.
test it. You could give some
Yeah.
to the nude runner.
Yeah.
Say you.
What was that?
Thank you.
We've got another quick story. We've got time to do one more.
we have one more?
Yes, we have. We've got the Tony Abbott story.
Well, there's a lovely story just came out about Tony Abbott becoming very popular.
In India.
Is that a story
on the
or
Facebook,
dream?
yeah, and it's a facey which, in fact, when they looked at it, it was taken with him and the Indian Prime Minister when he recently visited
Is this the one
Australia.
that's made
Which
very
reminds me, the
There it
Indian
is there.
Prime Minister had a Vindaloo pill before he met
Can I
with
just ask,
Tony.
which one's Tony Abbott? Oh, the one.
Tony Abbott is the elephant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's small ears.
Yeah.
In the photo. The Indian
So
elephant.
who actually posted the photo? Was it the Prime Minister or the Indian
Well,
Prime
the
Minister?
problem implicit was all of a sudden there was a spike in Abbott's Facebook, and people were suspicious that in fact he'd bought likes, because what they found was most of the likes came from India.
So explain
you
to me
can
how it works.
actually-
So if someone likes you
Well,
on
what
Facebook,
you can actually
yeah.
do is you can buy likes for your Facebook page.
You pay
so
for
like
them.
you buy
So $1 a like or
like you
whatever.
buy with the ETF,
Yeah,
like
yes, yes,
carbon
yes.
thing.
Like we
So
do
all
for
of
the
a sudden- all
Facebook
of a
page
sudden-
for the couch.
Yeah.
out of the blue,
how you do it.
his Facebook
The trouble is
page
people
went
keep asking for refunds.
went up high, and when they checked where they came from, they all came from Mumbai, and so
Yeah.
people said, "Oh, he's been buying votes," but it
Well,
wasn't.
I
that.
would have thought it was from the ABC stuff, but then I would assume they probably not like
Yeah,
it at
but
the
it's
moment.
because the Indian Prime Minister, unlike our own
Yeah.
Prime Minister,
Yeah.
is actually very
He
popular.
is.
And
He sold out when he came over for the
Has he been
meeting.
touring?
He's an amazing. He's very trendy. He's very trendy.
Is this Modi you're talking about,
Yeah.
the Indian Prime Minister? Yeah,
Amazing,
he's,
isn't he?
He's good. He's very, very popular. He's got 25 million likes on his Facebook page in India, which is only about 1% of the population over there. So it's not
And
all
that's
that
just
good
all
when
the-
you.
And that would be just all
is
the
it?
call centres over there.
Yeah.
Fantastic. What do you think about this selfie of the Prime Minister?
I can't believe they could get his head in that one shot. Is that a wide angle?
Is it been signed?
yes, he
Yeah,
signed,
somebody's
he signed that
scribbled
across the
over it.
teeth.
Oh,
Because somebody obviously bumped him in the teeth and he
Can I
signed
ask, I
it.
know we've got a couple of minutes, can I just ask very quickly, talking about the Prime Minister, how do you reckon he's going as a PM? Be very honest, how do you think he's going?
Well, I think
Not
hopefully
easy
not for
going.
very long, but
Not going for very long, you reckon he's going on a slide?
I've always felt that he
Victorian
was a
government
guy
has
that was
just changed.
put up in order to take the fall, and it's coming.
Okay, what about you, Nat?
Oh, I think he is an idiot. I'm embarrassed by the fact that he is our Prime Minister. And they were going on about, Gillard lying and all the rest of it. Well, he's been caught out on numerous occasions.
I'm surprised that Julie Gillard hasn't come out of her grave and said, you're a liar yourself. But the thing
She's got
is,
a new book out.
isn't it funny that on 6PR radio we have a lot of talkback, and most of the listeners that have rung me on 6PR have all said they don't care about him lying. They'd still vote for him
Really?
again. I'm very
You're
surprised.
joking.
Yep, and I'm talking about elderly people that they can come in and they can obviously talk to us about pension cuts, etc. They're all saying they'll vote for him again because they said they expect politicians to lie and they accept
But
it.
about such big things.
That's how it is. Now, most people say that he can't hurt them because at a late stage of life, what can they do to him?
Oh, so you're talking about the aged
the aged
people who are.
people.
Oh well, I suppose if he puts up the price of funerals, that'll affect them. Won't it?
Fair enough. Thank you very much. Let's wish Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to our panel here today. Cameron, thank you very much for being here today.
My
Thank you
pleasure.
for being part of the show for this year. Thanks, Nat.
Yes, thank you. Merry Christmas.
Are you doing much over the Christmas break with the RSPCA?
Yeah, I'll be out on the streets working.
And what about you, Cameron? For the past?
That sounded wrong, didn't it?
I'll be in Vietnam, I think.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
Are you going to be working too?
Yes, I will be working there.
Well, and what about you?
I've got to be 6PR working, aren't I?
Well, aren't we all? Aren't we all? Good on you. And RadioRoaming.com as well. You're going to be
that's
doing a
right.
special segment on their couch Christmas.
I certainly will be, yeah.
And that's where we leave Bitchin' for this year and this segment. If you want more information on how you can find out more about the couch, this is how you do it.
If you're looking for more info on anything you've seen on today's show, head to thecouch.com.au. It's where you'll find all the links for our guests, plus clips from the show, backstage photos, and even exclusive movie reviews. You can also sign up as a couchie and be part of our competitions, including Spin It to Win It. New Zealand viewers, that's open to you too. So jump online and check it out now. thecouch.com.au.
We wouldn't be mistaken for thinking that this was a 3D set, but it's not. We're actually this big. But if you want to know about reality and virtual 3D, JJ's here to talk to our very own Neesha.
Thank you, Fred. Jay Jay Jegathesan joins us on the couch. Welcome to the couch.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Now, JJ, you are the manager of the School of Physics at UWA. However, today you're talking to us in terms of the 3D virtual worlds, of which you are the founder.
That's right. It's quite unusual. I'm a graduate of UWA, and when I left and I was working overseas, and I came back and I thought, this is such an incredibly beautiful campus. I want to be able to share with everyone in the world, this campus, and let people who don't have the ability to come here physically, come here and see the campus. So I thought, I need to get the whole campus up in 3D somehow on the web. But I have a big problem with that idea, and it's that I have no technical skills whatsoever. And then through serendipity, a virtual world fell in my lap, so to speak, and managed to recreate the campus in 3D, where you could get an avatar, just like the movie Avatar.
We all like
and
that
you
movie.
That's right. And you have a three-dimensional projection of yourself, which you can see, and you can control this avatar as it moves through an immersive three-dimensional virtual world.
So you're virtually alive.
That's right. You have a second life, so to speak. And initially, the thought was just to have the campus there, and people could come and get an avatar and walk about the campus and see the ducks and the peacocks. We have rainbow lorikeets there. We have galahs, and people could just enjoy that. But again, through serendipity, somehow teaching activities started to happen, and research activities, architecture, art, film. And now we run, the biggest 3D art and film challenges in the world through the virtual world. I'll show you the one of the prize winners in the very first film challenge we had. If the film clip can run, and with the very first film challenge, it was extremely UWA centric. It was a worldwide challenge, but we asked them to show the teaching, research, architecture, and arts within our campus in the virtual world. And it's an exciting topic for a budding international filmmaker, so I had to spend a lot of time with each of these filmmakers around the world and tell them we needed to get this to kind of break through, the physical and the virtual. And it worked incredibly well.
So this is an international meeting of the minds, this project as well.
That's right.
Yeah, fantastic.
This particular film won second prize at that very first film challenge, and it was the only Australian entry that made the top 10. And and it set the stage for everything else. So we've had now 7 international film challenges, and the themes and topics are much more broad and diverse. Like right now, the theme of the film challenge we're running is transcending borders, and we have 50 film from all over the world.
Fantastic. And it's beautiful that it's allied disciplines. So you mentioned it's pulling together professionals or experts in different areas through, you use the word serendipity, which I think is wonderful and very humble, because you've had quite a thread interwoven role in this project as the founder.
It has been an incredible journey, and it's actually quite hard to fully comprehend just looking at video and images and stuff like that, because you need to experience it yourself. You need to see your avatar within the world and move through it. Well, I'll give you an example of some of the artworks that have been provided, and there's one artwork by someone in Paris by the name of Shen Coleman. And if you, that is from last year's art challenge, and that artwork is called Neuron Sphere. And you see a little figure over there. That's actually my avatar standing within the artwork. So some of the artwork that are sent in are much smaller, and they look like statues or artwork that you're used to seeing. But some of the artwork that are created are immersive works which you can enter, and you can become part of those works. And so it opens up a whole new world and allows for people to create art which they can imagine, and they can't create in the physical world, but they can only imagine in their minds. Now they can actually do it. I'll show you a few other images.
Yeah, let's have a look at a couple others. That one's beautiful.
That's an image which it shows Winthrop Clock Tower at UWA. It also shows my avatar on the bottom left. That's my avatar. We put a lot of, that's right. We put a lot of work into making sure it looked exactly like me.
It does, it does.
That's right. And the
Maybe you
image,
can make one of me and Fred later.
oh yeah, I'm sure, and I definitely can. The image on the right is actually myself having a conference with people from 3 continents. So you can see avatars of many other people, and we are having a discussion about community development in virtual worlds, and that's what you're able to do. I can sit at my computer and I can, be with people from, 7 or 8 different countries, and we're all having a conversation in the same space. And see the flags that you saw in that image, those represent the countries that people have come from that have taken part in our art and film challenges.
I love it, JJ. The diversity. I think the biggest thing, though, that stands out in my mind that you mentioned before we came on was around giving people access who otherwise would not have access to be really, virtually embedded in a situation.
I think the last image will show a very good example of that and providing access. And when we first launched the virtual world, everything is within the virtual, so people came to the launch from all over the world. But we also had a physical launch at UWA, so we invited lots of people to come to watch it on a big screen. And so we were having the launch in 2 worlds. And there was the avatar of that lady you see flying in front of the clock tower. She came, and I said, hey, you're in Perth, why don't you come over? And she told me she couldn't, and she said she was housebound. And she is in a wheelchair, and she couldn't move out of the house without assistance. And that's when I realized there was a whole world of individuals who were disabled and who had chronic illnesses. And she inspired the Freedom Project, which was for artists with and filmmakers with disabilities.
Okay, look, and there's so much we could talk about on this topic. It's so intriguing. There's just one really quick excerpt from the book from the Freedom Project, some feedback. Do you just want to read it to us quickly? This is the impact it's had, and then we'll refer to it.
We had 40 artworks from disabled artists from around the world. This particular artwork was sent in by Johnny Lane of Salem, Missouri, and he shared his story and said, I feel I was given my talent because of the abuse I had as a baby. My mother broke my neck, an arm, a leg, and 3 ribs. I also suffer from depression and nerve issues. The virtual world has helped me open up more. The Freedom Project is making one of my dreams come true. I haven't been this happy in a long time.
That's beautiful, and that just signifies the impact. Look, thank you so much, JJ, for coming on the couch, and we look forward to having you here hopefully in the new year, and you'll have a Merry, Merry Christmas as well.
Thank you, it's great being here.
And for more information, quickly, where can people go?
You can go to www.uwainSL.blogspot.com.
Excellent, thank you so much. Now, if you missed any of that, of course, you can go to thecouch.com.au, but back to you for now, Fred.
Thank you very much to Neesha, and thank you to JJ. We'll see him next year talking more 3D from UWA. Now, it's time to take a break, and after the break, we give you a great opportunity to win a fantastic prize thanks to Suncorp Bank. Stay tuned, you're watching The Couch.
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Cafe Bella Vista Restaurant and Pizzeria. Azito, give it a go with Azito. Refresh Pure Water. And Reading Cinemas. Experience the difference.
Welcome back to The Couch here on Aurora Television around Australia, Face TV in New Zealand. We have got a fantastic announcement to make. We've got the General Manager of Suncorp Bank WA here today, Carl Cockerham. Thank you for coming in. And also your son, of course, Jack. Thank you for coming in. You can still eat the lollies, Jack. Carl, welcome to The Couch.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You guys are doing something that I think is truly amazing. Tell us about the Suncorp Suites.
Well, one of the benefits that Suncorp Bank is we've gotten a proud association with the Perth Arena, and we have a corporate box that holds 16 in the Perth Arena. So we launched back in October the 26th the Suncorp Bank Lend a Hand programme, which is an opportunity for sporting groups, charities, and basically groups that work within the community to win one of 6 corporate box at the Perth Arena.
Now, if I'm reading this right, you get 16 seats, you get catered food, you get the room, it's fully air conditioned, and you get to choose the events that you want to see at the Perth Arena.
Well, we have a selection of
selection
acts,
of events.
a selection of acts that we'll be able to offer to the winners, the ultimate winners, and obviously we're encouraging people to apply before the closing date on December the 19th.
And the way this works, folks, for those people who don't know how the Perth Arena works, it's our #1 stadium here in WA for events. It's an incredible place. It's only been open for a couple of years, and this is how it's going to work. If you win this competition, you will be able to fundraise or raise money for your organisation using your box. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's to help community groups, and they can do whatever they want with it. They can invite whoever they like. Is that right?
Well, that's exactly right. They can either use it themselves or they can auction it off. And in fact, we gave a corporate box to Telethon.
Wow.
And it was at the ball, the Lexus Ball, that one of the boxes was auctioned, and it raised a staggering $20,000.
That's amazing. Do we know roughly what it's worth?
Well,
What
I
would
think
something
that's
like this be worth?
it's basically it's worth about approximately that amount of money.
I was going to say, because you're offering good food, drinks, air-conditioned luxury, plus you get to see the event.
And on top of that, a lot of these acts are sold out. So the
And you-
opportunity to be able to go and see some fabulous acts that are visiting the Perth Arena.
Tell us about Suncorp Bank, because you can't do this by getting away with not promoting the Suncorp Bank. In WA and across Australia, they're an amazing bank. They're a great group.
Well, we're part of the Suncorp Group, which employs 13,500 people. And Suncorp Bank here in West Australia, where we represent the 5th largest bank in Australia. We've got 12 branches. We're about to open another site down at Success. And I guess...
What's your motto? What does Suncorp Bank stand for? For those people looking at different banks, you've got the ANZ, you've got the Commonwealth. Why would I choose to come to Suncorp? Why would you say to me, Fred, you need to come to us for this reason?
Yeah. Look, we position ourselves very much as the genuine alternate to the major banks.
You've got real people that answer the phones. That's one thing I really like.
Well, that's right. None of our calls get directed overseas. They're all answered here in Australia.
Which caught me out, because you know how you're so used to ringing, say, Westpac, and you get the 15,000 press 1s, 6, 7, and then by half an hour after you get through, it says, well, you have rung out of office hours. Please call again tomorrow. Whereas with your bank, I was so surprised how quickly I got through to a real person.
Well, you're exactly right. And that's one of the big benefits of banking with Suncorp Bank, is that we give you access to a real person.
And a wonderful, wonderful service, because today everybody's so busy. The elderly need support straight away, and they don't have to stay on the phone for half an hour to get through to someone overseas.
That's
So,
right.
Wonderful. Suncorp Bank, how can we get in touch with Suncorp Bank if we want to open an account?
Well, you can either go into one of our branches or go onto our website, and that gives you full contact details. And if you'd like to apply for the Suncorp Bank Lender Hand programme, I'd encourage people to apply before the closing date on
There is a
December
website,
19th.
it's on screen right now. Do you want to call that out, read that out for us?
Yeah,
There it is.
absolutely. That's suncorpbank.com.au/lendhand.
And you need to have that done, folks, by the 19th of December this year, and it will be awarded by the 2nd of February. 2nd of February, if you win, what a wonderful after-Christmas gift.
Very much so. Well, so remember, there's 6 lucky winners that will win one of 6 boxes. So
Are you
it's
serious?
not just
There's
one.
going to be
Absolutely.
6 of us. I mean, not that I'm already making myself hopeful. You know, I used to like Bendigo Bank, but, you know, it's all about phone calls and how quickly we get through. Suncorp Bank, they're doing a wonderful thing for the community, lending a hand. Thank you very much. Have a great Christmas.
Thank you.
Thanks for running this great competition. Thanks, Jake, for coming in. Jack, sorry, I'll get your name right, otherwise I won't win the competition. And I do say to you, Success is opening very soon.
On the 15th of December.
And you can open an account online.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Look forward to winning the prize and maybe popping you down to one of the fantastic suites.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
No, I can't enter. I'm only joking. But if you're actually keen, I'll be there. Thank you very much to Suncorp Bank. Please enter, because you've got only a couple of weeks to do it. 19th of the 12th is when it closes, and you need to just take it serious. Do it. Apply. Tell us why your organisation is the best. And I'm sure 6 lucky people are going to be great organisations, and it's going to support them. That is it for The Couch for this week. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show. We've got Tegan and her friends to sing us out today. We'll catch you next week for our second last show for the year. From all of us here at The Couch, have a great week. Bye-bye.
I saw the cover and I judged the book. I turned away without a second look. But now I see a brand new you. I told myself I better run and hide. I never noticed what was there inside. But
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Cafe Bella Vista Restaurant and Pizzeria. Azito, give it a go with Azito. Refresh Pure Water. And Reading Cinemas, experience the difference.